Elijah is mentioned 28 times in the New Testament. He was an ordinary man like any one of us. You could be like Elijah. God accomplished supernatural things through him. As a young man, Elijah challenged the king Ahab and his wicked wife Jezebel. Jezebel was from Sidon, Lebanon. She was a Phoenician princess. Her father, Hasbani, was the king of Sidon. By marrying Ahab, the king of Israel, she became the queen of Israel. So Jezebel tried to deceive the people of God and implement the worship of Baal instead of God, instead of Yahweh. Jezebel's name means where is Zebul. And Zebul means praise, as in tribal name Zebulun. In the New Testament, we read this name, Baal-zebub, became a title of Satan and means Lord of the Flies. Today, the spirit of the flies still exists in the world. Elijah rebuked the Israelites for leaving the living God and giving their life over to worship idols and different gods. He proved that Baal was no God. They have mouths but cannot speak, eyes but cannot see. But our God is seeing and have eyes, and he has mouth. He's still speaking to us. He is the living God. People regarded Elijah to be a man of courage because he slaughtered 450 prophets of Baal after he proved they were false prophets and followers of fake gods. Elijah was the first prophet in the Old Testament times to raise a person from the dead. God took Elijah to heaven alive in a chariot of fire without experiencing death. Peter, James, and John saw Elijah on the mountain of transfiguration, where Jesus was transfigured. The last two verses of the book of Malachi end with the promise of a coming Elijah. See, I will send you the prophet of Elijah before that great and dreadful day of the Lord comes. He will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, or else I will come and strike the land with a curse. This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. After 400 years in the New Testament, it's quite clear that John the Baptist is called Elijah because he came in the spirit and power of Elijah. Not because he was Elijah in a literal sense. John did for Jesus what Elijah would have done for the coming of the Lord, but he was not Elijah reincarnated. Jesus identified John the Baptist as Elijah. My friends, there are 3 secrets to Elijah's power. First, prayer by faith. He prayed for drought in the land and God answered him. Elijah was part of the solution in the difficult time. The drought was widespread. The poor were hurt and he was affected by it. And the book of James, it says, Elijah was a man just like us, like you and me. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on the land for 3.5 years. Again, he prayed, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth produced its crops. I want to be like Elijah. Everyone, every single person of us, I want you to think you could be an Elijah. And God answer your prayers. You can shut heaven. You can close heaven and open heaven through your prayers. Second, the secret to Elijah's power was his faith. his faith in the Word of God.